everybody, and welcome to Fut Immortals Team 2, apparently with a blank screen. Let's quickly press this button. Pow! Are we good? We're good! Welcome, welcome, welcome. One and all, I hope that you've had a fantastic week, and hopefully you're ready for Team 2 of this... I'll use the word underwhelming promo. I don't think it's been great. I feel like we've basically had, what was it, last year or the year before? Galazzo has basically returned again. It's this sort of... It's this horrible in-between period between Fut Birthday and Team of the Season, where Fut Birthday is so good, everyone's double 5-star, there's crazy cards, awesome players. And then you've got to fill that gap between that and Team of the Season, but you can't just make every single player in this promo also double 5-star and also mental and crazy. So Fut Birthday sort of sets things a little bit too high, and then you've got like a month or so until Team of the Season, and you got to fill that gap. Immortals this year, I don't think it's been great. It's a 2-week promo, so yeah, today is Team 2 of said promo. And is that going to make it better? Is it going to make it suddenly turn into this monster promo? No, I don't really think that there is a world where... I don't think that they can really do anything with Team 2 to turn this promo around in most people's opinions. I don't know if we have any leaks for what is following this, because from the calculations of previous years and stuff like that, Team of the Season is potentially starting on the 25th. So, by that logic, we have something next Friday before Team of the Season. Unless we have like a week of Team of the Season warm-up where it isn't really a promo, maybe some stuff gets re-released, best of, comes back in packs and stuff like that, and maybe we get some objectives to earn some packs ready for Team of the Season. Something like that is my guess. We'll see. But hi, hey, hello, welcome everybody. I hope that you are good. I will be opening some packs once we hit 6 o'clock. So maybe, just maybe, we can get something crazy. But you say that this promo is really bad in your opinion? I think a lot of people agree with you. Owen, hello. Callum, hello. Yes, it has been. It's been a very, very busy time as of late. But also, some days where I was going to stream the other day. But as a lot of you know, I do Tom's editing. Capgun Tom, so We'll Build a Battle, whenever he's doing anything else, like an SBSD, etc. I do the editing for this. So, there was one the other day where I was potentially going to do like a watch-along and everything like that for the football on Tuesday and stream some other stuff. But then it sort of got sprung on me that there was an edit that needed doing, like, straight away, that I hadn't been told about, which was a bit frustrating, and that ruined that plan. So, there's been a couple of things this week that have just thrown ideas a little bit, sadly, but we're here today. Hell yeah. How am I doing, though? I'm doing good. I cannot complain, I'm doing good. Finally decided to actually trim the old hair and beard and stuff. So that's... Oh, it's always good to feel fresh, isn't it? And the fact that I can do it whenever I feel like finally doing it, rather than having to rely on booking an appointment somewhere or whatever, is pretty nice. We had the trip last week to see Yumi at 6. That was really, really good. Their final ever show as a band. We've had some other stuff going on this week. I went and played some golf with my mates, one of which I've not seen in a while because him and his partner had a kid, and so obviously they were busy as hell. Another one I hadn't seen. Well, I hadn't done any golf with in ages, so that was really good as well. And so, yeah, it's good. It's good. But I hope everyone's doing well. I feel like so many people are in this sort of limbo state, like me, before team of the season. And I was having a conversation with one of my mates Wednesday night. He plays career mode. He also plays some clubs. And he hopped on Ultimate Team for the first time pretty much all year. And said that he got pretty bored. Because even though he hasn't played the game, he jumped on and basically immediately had some really, really good players and stuff like that. And I have had this conversation on stream a few times that outside of maybe the big promos and big events of the year, it feels like you could completely miss out Fut Immortals and you wouldn't care, right? You'd hop back on for the next promo and it would be really as if you haven't missed anything because you're now going to get new promo packs for whatever has replaced it, whatever's coming next. And unless you absolutely love the gameplay and hopping on and playing the game every day, it feels like a lot of the year nowadays is made up of promos where they're a bit nothingy and it feels like you can just catch up really easily, even if you stop playing and you're really... Maybe you go on holiday for 2 months, some crazy trip. Within a week after you get back, you're caught up. So then, unless you are loving what you're playing every day, you haven't really missed anything from not playing over those 2 months. I think that's a real big problem that we have. And they try and fix that by giving us new content and stuff every single day. But the more new content you give people, the less it matters. Because the quicker and easier it gets replaced and made redundant. I feel like that's a really, really big problem. I don't know if there's a way to stop that or fix that. But that is a problem. Here's a problem. Off to Vegas on Wednesday for WrestleMania. That is pretty sick. Vegas for 8 nights. Wow. Well, hopefully you enjoy it. You'll have to let us all know once you're back how it was. EA might as well just make the Eusebio SBC a flashback because it's basically the same card as the one last year. I thought that as well. Oh, that wasn't working there. Going to be a week of getting the lower Smith and Rooney. Yep, glad Mo and Van Dijk are staying. Honestly, no, we talked about it. The fact Paddy is saying that shows how... I don't even know what that means, but sure. Chrissy, hello. How am I? Been a while. You've been so busy with stuff. I have also been really, really busy with stuff as well. So don't worry about it. And yeah, I'm doing well. I'm enjoying making content for like the football channel. Really getting into the swing of things with the editing for Tom's stuff as well. It's been really, really enjoyable. But yeah, the football channel stuff has been really solid. I've liked what I've been doing. And I'm looking forward to continuing with all of that. It's really fun. Chrissy, it's all good. You went to see Sean Paul. Honestly, one of the worst concerts. I read that doors opened at 7. He didn't come out until 10:30. Sang for half an hour, off beat and off key, and then left. Is that accurate to what you experienced? That's what I saw. I think on Twitter or TikTok or something, I saw a clip of it. And that was the description of how it went. So, would you corroborate that story? Or nah? Where can we get Immortals players from? Anywhere. Any packs. When does the season start? New season. 2 weeks yesterday. 2 weeks yesterday. So that is the 24th. Is when the new season will begin. And that will be Team of the Season. So, yeah. It makes sense that Team of the Season starts on the 25th. If the season begins the day before. Rather than Team of the Season starting, for example, next Friday, why would the season that's based around it start the week after? Doesn't make any sense. So I think we get Immortals Team 2 today. Well, obviously. And then I think we have like a Team of the Season warm-up next Friday, where maybe there's nothing new in packs, but instead it's best of cards and objectives and SBCs to basically give you some packs for Team of the Season. Why is it called Team of the Season? Interesting question. Very interesting question. Yeah. I think it's pretty self-explanatory, to be honest with you. Didn't get to that one, went to one other night. Was it similar? Like, similar problematic or not? You agree, but you did pack the left-back Bale card. I honestly have basically not touched the game this week. I did a handful of games because I needed to do some Evos before they ran out. That's all I've done. FYI, if you want to do this center stage Evo, you got to get a player in it in 14 minutes. I could put somebody into this. I could put like Mavididi into here. Do I really care about doing a paid Evo to basically make him be able to play Cam? Not massively. Because he's already double 5-star, right? Yeah. So I don't gain anything from that either. I don't think it's worth it for me. He was on for longer, wasn't really that good. That's sad. You getting the new Switch? New Mario Kart looks insane. I have pre-ordered the Switch. So we did a watch-along stream for the... we did a watch-along stream for the Switch 2 Direct where they showed everything off, and I went mental about Mario Kart and stuff like that. I was very, very excited. And we then stayed on afterwards to see the first details come out about pre-orders and how it was all going to work, really. And then it turned out that you were maybe going to have to wait until the 8th and get one through the My Nintendo store. Specifically, it felt like you were only going to be able to get the Mario Kart bundle via the Nintendo pre-orders. I thought that was going to be exclusive to them. But turns out that's everywhere. So I don't really understand the point of them sort of gatekeeping. I guess maybe their method of making it so that the people that got invited to pre-order via the Nintendo store were the ones that like deserve to because they've played the most and everything like that over the last few years, which I guess that does sort of make sense. However, when I got my link to be able to pre-order via Nintendo's site, I tried on 2 different browsers. I tried on my phone, I tried on my laptop as well, and I never got the I never got the confirmation code email, so I couldn't. However, I managed to get one initially through Smiths, then I got one through Argos, and eventually cancelled the Smiths one. But I signed up to what, Game, HMV, Shop2, all of these. I had them locked and loaded, ready, so that every single place, as soon as pre-orders went live, I'd be there to try and get one. And yes, I have managed to get one. It will be arriving on release day, and of course, got the Mario Kart bundle. Callum, that'd be up to you. How so many coins? Please, can you get a little? You can. And there's actually... What a fantastic question, because right now, if you go to the link that is in the chat for FIFA Coin, or if you're on YouTube, you can always find it in the description of the stream. If you go to fifacoin.com, then you can use code BIRD at checkout, and you get a massive discount on your coins. They are the cheapest and safest around right now, and they are doing a promotion where anybody that buys coins right now automatically gets entered into a draw to get either 3 million coins bonus or R9. So if you're getting coins and you want an extra incentive to get coins, there you go. Use the code and stock yourself up, ready for Team of the Season. Because there is a world where because there will be higher demand, prices may go up a little bit for Team of the Season. So I honestly would advise, if you're going to get these kind of things, get them now ahead of time. Because not only may prices go up, but also demand will go up, which means it might take longer to obtain them if you are buying them throughout Team of the Season as well. So I would go for it as soon as possible if you want to stock up right now. You haven't been on the game since Team of the Year and don't miss it at all. Honestly, Ross, I am not surprised. Assuming you're still in the stream, as you did send that message a few minutes ago. Are you playing other stuff right now? Or do you just sometimes watch things like streams and videos and everything of this game, of many games? A lot of people will be watching and playing Warzone right now. I've played more Warzone in the last week than maybe the last couple of years combined. I'm loving it. Loving it. You're definitely getting the Switch. Gonna have to wait though. That's all good. Like, the thing is with mine, I have the OG Switch, and there's a bit of stick drift on one of them. The battery isn't incredible. Sometimes some of the games feel like they struggle a little bit. So I'm really looking forward even to just playing some of my current games on a bigger, better, more powerful Switch. I never got an OLED one. So, yeah, that's pretty solid. Become Immortal Evo is a bit of a grind. Honestly, I haven't even really looked at it. I know that you have to do it through here, right? Become Immortal, and it's max 85. I don't know how high you can get a player, though, without having to pay. I haven't really looked at it. I mean, Chrissy, we could. How'd you get free coins without card? You can't. Haven't bought coins since FIFA 15. You're debating doing it, just aren't wanting to get banned. You don't get banned. This is a common misconception when it comes to buying coins, is that you will get banned. There are two ways that you can, not necessarily would, but there are two ways where you could get banned for buying coins. And I am always as transparent as I possibly can. I'm advertising FIFA Coin to you as my coin sponsor. And so you may have worries about how does it all work and all of this stuff. The only way that anybody nowadays, EA don't care, right? If EA really cared about people buying coins, they would shut these websites down. U7Buy has been around since the very beginning, right? Over a decade. If EA wanted this stuff stopped, they could do it, right? But the only way that you would ever have any worry is if you do one of two things. One, if you're buying 1 million coins every single day for like a month straight, maybe that would flag something in a system. Or if you try and buy like 20 million coins in one go, maybe because it's such a huge amount, it might get flagged in some way. But if you are a normal person and you're just hopping on and you're getting yourself like 1 million coins, it's fine. So I feel like so many people over the years, when like I've had coin sponsors, as have others, once you do it once, you never go back, right? When it comes to getting coins rather than points. Once you do it once and you get over the fear of being banned and stuff like that and realize, oh no, this is actually just very, very widespread and normal, I'll just do this from now on. That's a very common thing that happens, so yeah. There you go. Unpopular opinion, but the difference between SBCs versus EVOs is something that is killing FC. Yeah, I think there are many... there are many aspects of Ultimate Team that... I don't know if I'd say they're killing the game, but I would say they aren't helping. And as we discussed earlier, for anyone that wasn't here, I think one of the biggest problems that there is with this game is that you can skip multiple promos, stop playing the game for like 2 months, come back, and within a week, it's as if you never left. Now, that's not a bad thing for people that can't play regularly, because it means that if they do miss a month or two, maybe in the past they'd think, oh, I'm never going to catch up now. What's the point in playing Ultimate Team? Everyone's team is way better than mine. I can't even compete. I'll start again next year. So I think EA have tried to fix that problem. But by fixing that one, they've created a new one where, unless the gameplay is really fun and enjoyable, what is the point of playing every single day if you can catch up so easily in a month or two's time? So it's like a double-edged sword. Some people benefit from it, other people really don't. And I don't know what the fix is for that. Switch 2 is 120 FPS, yes. In handheld mode, it's 1080p 120. In docked, you can do 4K 60. Haven't touched this Evo at all. Is there a final Evo? I have no idea. I've not been following it at all. The Immortals Evo thing at all. Chris, we'll see. It might have to be a little bit after that. Used to hate the idea of buying coins back in the day. Yep. And the main reason why that changed is because of how much more prominent FC points have become. So previously, the reason why coin selling was such a problem was that there wasn't really a FIFA point equivalent because of the way that it worked and the price of them and stuff like that. But also, if you played the game normally, you were at such a disadvantage if you didn't spend money. People always say that the game is pay to win nowadays, but it just isn't the case, right? In the past, you literally couldn't buy the best gold players in the game unless you spent money on the game, right? So that's changed over the years, and nowadays, this game is not pay to win. It is pay to have a higher chance of getting something that slightly benefits you in the short term, which is a really catchy phrase, right? But that's what it is. You don't get a guarantee. You don't get long-term guarantees, definitely. So, if people do want to hop on and buy some coins to buy some fodder for an SBC, or to buy some crazy packs in the store that guarantee them something, or to go and buy a player, then I now advocate it because it's so different. It doesn't affect me that these packs and coins and everything exist because of how much you can make on the game, how easily you can still get a crazy team by never putting a penny in nowadays. Fruit, I'm doing good, thank you. Ben, welcome. I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. I hope that you yourself are also doing very, very well. Yeah, those that video that I put out about Amazon Prime across all platforms has got nearly 1.5 million views. It might actually be over that now, which is absolutely ridiculous. And dear God, I don't think I've ever in my life received more negativity over a single thing. Even back in the day when we were doing streams to like 10 people and I was getting dislike botted on the YouTube streams when I was playing some COD on Nuketown by some Turkish people every single day. This was worse. I've not watched Yellowstone, no. Right, it's 6 o'clock. Here we go. Let's back out and let's go back in and see what we have got today. Looking forward to the championship again next season. Not until I know whether we get a transfer ban / points deduction. Check your account. That's the rest of us should be buying coins over points. Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. Prison Break was incredible. Here we go then. So, objectives this week. What have we got? You can get a baby Hernandez. That's double 4-star. In April. I guess because he's a 90, he might fit into an upcoming Evo. So therefore it's okay. But I really don't like the idea that you purposefully put worse players in promos to give people the opportunity to Evo them, rather than the card just being good in the first place. I don't like that trend. Champ's gameplay is absolutely horrific. I cannot believe how bad it was the other day. It was a shambles. Oh yeah, so you can get this today. Your 90 plus times 5. Oh, no you can't. Oh, for whatever reason. Oh, I guess because the clock's changed. So you'll be able to start doing that at 7 o'clock in order to get your 90 plus times 5. Right, let's next look at Evos. What have we got? Surely there's something new, right? We've got Hawk. Spread your wings and take to the skies. Pump up a qualifying player's pace, shooting, and physical along with 2 new playstyles to become a bird of prey. You get Trivella and Aerial. 6 shooting, 3 pace, 6 physical. Unless you can get more than that. Let's see, who could we put into this? Anyone. There's no position requirement. So let's see how much of a boost you get. Let's put somebody terrible in this and see how crazy of an upgrade this Evo can be for a free one. Okay, let's do it this way. Let's go low to high. So, okay. We'll go with someone like Bilal, because he's got poor pace, shooting, and physical. Oh, that is all you get. You get 3 pace, 6 shooting, and 6 physical as the max. Ooh. Okay, so who are my best players that fit? Hamsik, I mean, Mavididi fits this one as well. My Vardy fits in this. Would that actually benefit him? What would he gain from this? 2 physical and aerial. Yeah, it's... I don't think this is going to be fantastic for a lot of players. The boosts just aren't insane. Okay, so a little bit of a dead Evo. What have we got for SBCs today? Immortality Evo. So is this the final part of the... I haven't been paying attention to this Immortals Evo. I've just barely touched the game this last week. So I don't know if this is new. And if this is like the final part of this Evo. If so, this is what it needs. If not, let's move on. Eusebio. Baby. Eusebio. Is 4-star, 5-star. Can only play striker. Is obviously really, really good. Playstyles could be better in terms of his pluses, right? He lacks Trivela. He lacks Press Proven. First Touch Plus is great. Rapid Plus is fine. Technical's good. Tiki-Taka's nice on a striker. Low Driven and Finesse are good. But it's a bit of a waste, the plus being in Power Shot, because it's just meh at this stage. Zeus, thank you very much for continuing the membership for 2 years. You are incredible. And Toss, thank you very much for the 6 months on Twitch. Hope you're good. I'm doing fantastic. Thank you very much. Anyone that is just tuning in, if you are new, my name is Scott. Hi, hey, hello, welcome. We are live on YouTube and Twitch. If you have a preference of where to watch, those are your options. We will be bringing back TikTok soon as well. In terms of the cost of this Eusebio, of course, we've got bronze, silver, 83 for the loan this time. Whoa! And then we jump to 87 to begin. So 2 87s, 3 88s, 3 89s, 2 90s, and a 91. Zeus smashed them. He's out for 2 months. It does have to be said. So this card is going to be available for over a month of Team of the Season. So fodder prices are going to plummet, you would imagine. Although they are low right now. How much lower can they get? I don't know. But I don't know if we're going to have an initial price on this SBC this early. This just doesn't feel like it's worth it. He's coming in at 1.6 mil. I just don't think... Like, you have to look at what cards so many people have. And also, like, what playstyles and stuff they have. As I say, you're missing out on Press Proven. Even Trickster, Trivela, Incisive. A plus in either Finesse or Low Driven seems to be like a must at this stage of the game. He doesn't have 5-star skills either. He does have good rolls. That's solid. His physicals aren't incredible. His passing isn't incredible. I just feel like for 1.6 mil... you're not going to get that value out of this card when Team of the Season is so close. Like, there's probably Fut Birthday cards that cost considerably less than this that are better. Because a lot of Fut Birthday cards just were underpriced. Very, very underpriced. And were actually phenomenal. Fut Birthday... I said this earlier. We're in this sort of horrible limbo time gap between Fut Birthday and Team of the Season. The problem is Fut Birthday is so good, You give every single card double 5-star. Anything that comes after that until we get the monster boost of Team of the Season feels lackluster and overpriced. So, I think that's the problem that we've got here with this Eusebio. But let's see if we got anything else alongside him. Let me just get a tweet up of all the content, just in case I have missed anything. Have you tweeted out the 6 PM content? You normally do. Not yet. Okay, fine. Well, let's look through the rest. I didn't see that All Black came out. That's quite cool. 85 triple upgrades? New? Well, it's been in the game before, hasn't it? 84 plus Team of the Week highlights upgrade. A selection of highlights from Team of the Week squads 1 to 30. Interesting. Okay, 100 players upgrade. Earn 50 rare gold player items with 10 guaranteed to be 84 or higher and 1 guaranteed to be 85 or higher. And then 50 common. We'll come back to that in a second. Dalglish, better option, cheaper than Eusebio. Most cards are 90 plus and cracked already, so Team of the Season has to be next level. Yep, once again, we're in another year where it feels like the power curve, it's all over the place. Absolutely all over the place. Marco Reus. Okay, there we go. So, we get a flashback Reus. His first promo card of the year, I believe. I don't think there's been a Reus in 25. Correct me if I'm wrong. 5-star, 4-star for him. Cam centre mid or striker. They've given him 80 defending. Okay, cool. Makes him more usable, I guess. Pace is good. Shooting's great. Passing, better than Eusebio. Dribbling, similar to Eusebio. Physicals, similar to Eusebio. Better defending than Eusebio. Finesse plus and incisive pass plus. He has technical. So he's lacking the rapid and quick step that Eusebio has. But he's got Trickster. He's got Trivella. He's got a plus in one of the main 2 shooting types. And he's got incisive pass plus. Yes, he's going to be harder to get into a team. But for a fraction of the price, it's probably more fun as well. Team of the Year. Gap to Team of the Year. Gap to Foot Birthday. Gap to Team of the Season. That's the power curve of this year. The gaps between the marquee promos are painful. Yes, I could not agree more. It's a major problem. And I don't know what they do to fix it. Other than sort of like nerfing those promos, I don't know what they do. Let's get the price of this Reus SBC for you. 230,000 coins. I mean, when you compare it to the 1.6 mil of Eusebio, seems like a pretty good deal, if you ask me. Again, of course, you're not getting your icon links and stuff like that. We know. But value for money. Hit up Mr. Marco Reus. Let's look at this 100 players upgrade then. So, 2 squads. Oh my god. An 85 with an inform and an 86 with an inform. For what is basically an 84 times 10 with some extra players that could all be 75s, really. How much does this cost? 65k. I mean, 84 rateds are 1,200 coins. So if you got 10 of them, let's just... It was out yesterday, it's not new. Fair enough, I've not touched the game for like a week. So I'm having a little look at this. 1,200 times by 10. Plus one... how much are 85s? Like 2.5? Something like that. Plus... 40? times... I mean, you know what? To be fair, the SBC costs 65,500. If you were to use every single card that you get back from it, like if you had an empty club or duplicate storage and you can use all 100 players, unless you get the worst luck possible, it's actually not bad. You're most likely going to get close to your money back in terms of the value of what you put in. The problem is the value of what you put in is higher rated cards. You're trading like an 85 for 10 75s. That kind of thing. Is that worth it? Depends who you ask. Yeah, this is the last team of the week, yes. Right, we have a handful of packs to open up. Well, I say a handful. We have more than that. This, by the way, is a change that should have happened years and years and years ago. This one where they like pile the packs on top of each other. Fair play. It took you too long to do it, but better late than never, right? So we're going to open these up and see if we can get any of these new Immortal cards. I haven't even looked at them properly. We know that there's a better version of Eusebio. There is a Pele as part of this promo. I don't really know much else, if I'm honest with you. I don't know who I'm hoping for here. So you know what? Whilst we open the next one, shall we have a look? Shall we have a look? So, we have got... Let's open the next pack, and when there's nothing in it, yeah. Baby Zambrotta, Rooney, Smith, Mateus. This is the better version of Hernandez, and he's already 78k. 5-star, 4-star. Del Piero's... What, better card? Wait. Yeah. Del Piero only has one card. 4-star, 5-star. I mean, on the face of it looks good, but only 160k. Smith, 350. A Billy, 250. Rooney's best card, 5-star, 4-star, just under a mil already. Jairzinho, for whatever reason, is costing 7.6 mil. Mateus, 3 mil. Maldini's 9.5 mil. Dear God. Zico, 7 mil. Buffon, 700k. Miaham, 13 million coins. Eusebio's 11.4. And Pele is 15 mil. Even though he's not even double 5-star. Madness. Absolute madness. How have I been? I've been good, Beza. Thank you very much. Hopefully you are as well. Gary, hell yeah. Let's open some more packs and see if we can get any of these new cards. Yeah, some of those cards. This is a problem with every single promo that releases in the game. The distance between the worst players and the best is absolutely ludicrous. How can you have an icon that comes in at like 30k and then one that's 15 mil? It's just outrageous. Should not be the case. But happens every year. And this is a real problem. Let me quickly check, by the way. What is there in the store? Can I get any loans? 15 times 85. And you do get a loan. 250k, though. It's a lot. 90 plus week 2 guarantee. I don't even know why they bother with the 90 plus guarantee. It rules out Zambrotta and Rooney, but 90 rated Smith is 20k. So, who cares? We got this one, 85 plus midfielders. Essential Immortals pack. This one does give you a loan. This is the kind of thing that we normally do, but it's not normally 100k. I have to weigh up whether this one's worth it or the other one, because I want to try and get something to get some videos for this week. 5 times 84 and a loan, whereas this one 15 times 85 with a loan for just over double the coins. I think we go with this. We open this up and we see if we get anything. Most notably the loan. I'm not going to get anything in the pack. I don't really care, if I'm perfectly honest with you. I care about this part. Oh, these are tradable as well, actually. Oh, that's quite good. Come on, then. Massive, massive card would be great here. It's not a bad start. People would potentially want to see a Rooney video. Next. No one cares about Zambrotta. A Billy. A Billy is not going to cost as much as Rooney. So we take Wazza. And potentially, there is a video on its way to you. I'll take that. That could have been so much worse than it ended up being. We need to make some room up here. And then we're also going to need to make some room in our duplicate storage so that we can open up the rest of these packs that we've got. I don't know if I'll open anything else from in the store that is not my own, because that's actually gone relatively well. We'll get some of the value of the pack back, obviously, because it's tradable. Even if it's a quarter of the value, then that'd be fine. And then getting that Rooney on loan is really nice. This is a problem, though, right now. And this is what I mean about that 100 player pack. If you don't have anything in your duplicate storage and you can actually manage to use all of the players in it, that's a lot better. A lot better. Have I checked the Become Immortal Evo that's 500k? Yeah. I've not been paying attention over the last week, though, to know how this whole Immortal Evo works. To know, like, what I can say about that at all. I just do not know. Like, if I go to Evos, if I go... See, this says... So wait, there is a new Immortality Evo for 500k. Is that in here? Yeah. This final part. But so is this the same as the SBC? And you can either buy it there, or you can do the SBC for it. Immortality Evo. Yes. So that Evo, that SBC for this Evo costs 480k. So if you've got... if you've got the stuff in your club, then you could do it that way. Again, I haven't paid attention to this Evo at all, so I don't know anything about it. Let's see. For example, though, can I put like Bilal through this? If I go to Evos, I mean, I don't want. No. I want Become Immortal. Oh God. I don't know. I just want to put these in here. I don't want anything else. Exclude. Apply. So this is what I could get from Bilal. So that would take him to a 90. But then why doesn't it have the new paid one? I don't... Immortality. Have I missed something? I mean, we'll put the CDM one in. Do I need it? I don't understand what I'm missing here. Why is the new one not here? Missed one should go to a 94, but I don't know what I've missed. The new one's called Immortality, and yet for some reason he's not going into that at the end of this. 91 and 92, you went through Rivals and Champs. I mean, I haven't done any of it. Maybe I'll watch someone's video explaining it all, and then I'd decide whether I can be bothered to go through with it all, because I still haven't, like, I haven't done my Maradona. I don't do all of these things. It really depends on if I can be bothered. Let's... I mean, I could do this and then open this as the last pack. But do I really want to? Let's look at this. Does need an inform. It's a rip-off. Rather just wait till a few Evo comes out like you can do Maradona. Yeah. The game is dying for Team of the Season. Yeah, everyone wants Team of the Season. But I think we've got a week of this. Then I think we've got a week of like Team of the Season warm-up before we actually get it. Insane secret on Arsenal, so when it also goes down as an all-timer card. Does he still get upgrades? Because I have that card. Remod me. Representative of that. Oh. Not sure about that one, Chrissy, but... We'll have a look. 83 rated squad. We'll have a look. Of course, we'll have a look. Your Maradona still sat at 77 rated. Same. I've started the Evo, as in I've put him into it, but I haven't played a single game. Not played a single game. I just want to get through my packs. Can't wait to get 5 fodder cards in the 90 plus times 5. It's why I'm surprised people get excited for those kind of like season packs. When, yeah, surely that's what you're going to get. 96 extra playstyle, extra roll, double 5-star. I'll look at it at some point. Do I need to do anything like specifically like really soon? For the Immortal like Evo route chain, whatever you want to call it? Or do you basically have until next Friday to do all of it? Still got a week. Guess it's just a thought. It could be anything. In reality, it's 5 useless cards. Yeah. It is. It's always... It's like this, for example. People will do these 85 trebles because they think, oh my god, this will give me something crazy in return. Oh, David, nice. You've recovered well, though. Don't understand how R9's always expensive. It's good, but not to the level people think. The reason why is because R9 seems to have these... Bailey, probably. I muted it. I'm not looking at it anymore. What was I going to say? Oh, the thing is, with his unique animations and body type and stuff like that, it feels like the pro players can get more out of R9 than they can other cards. And for whatever reason, that alone seems to dictate his price on the market. When in reality, if me and you use R9 and compare him to a card that costs 20% of his value, he won't be better. It's just one of those that is so skewed because of the elite level players of the game that it ruins it for everybody else, because we aren't that good at the game that it actually makes a difference to us. Who plays with a speed boost? Do I think Salah can catch Haaland? Shearer, I have absolutely no idea how far behind he is. You're looking through the most expensive players, is 90 is still expensive. I mean, did that card not also fit in an Evo? I might be making that up. I thought it did. 76 behind. Then no. If he's staying for 2 years, no. If Kane doesn't come back and Salah doesn't get injured, he finishes second and overtakes Kane, but Shearer is safe. Yeah, needs 29 for Kane. Yeah, that's doable. He's not getting 76. We actually get an inform. Chrissy, thankfully I don't have to imagine that. It's pretty good, to be honest. Hullet is a joke of an SBC. People need to understand trading a lot of fodder for a card that most people won't play past team of the season. I do think that a lot of people... It's weird, right? Even though people play the game every single year, they seem to forget how much of a jump certain promos give you in, like, your team, your starting 11. Team of the season will change everything, no matter, like, what level of squad you've got. It's crazy. Oh, Justin, that was poor. If we can fix the left-back striker areas, and with Salah and Van Dijk staying, would be massive. Yeah. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to go get Kirkes. Then... will you go out for that striker? Maybe. Did I watch Casper on the overlap? Yes. Casper always comes across very, very well in those kind of things. He did a podcast... maybe it was Ben Foster that he did one with previously. Yeah, he always comes across very, very well. Close to joining it, he's a wall. See, I would say that in the past, Hullet has belonged in that category of player that survives past the next promo. But I don't know if that's the case this year. I don't know if he is him. But what I was going to say is the level of player that Team of the Season brings, people seem to forget about how massive these upgrades are. It's genuinely crazy. It's crazy. As you centre mid cam striker. Team changes every champs during Team of the Season. Yeah, I mean, it has in the past. Is it worth to save packs for Team of the Season at this point? I wouldn't slate anyone that at this point saves all their packs for Team of the Season. I think it really depends on how much of the game you play and how many packs you'd earn between now and then. If you don't play that much, sure. Been good and bad in equal measure. I think roles have been pretty useless as an addition this year. And the reason I say it is because everyone uses the same ones. So you don't need to add these things into the game unless you are going to make them extremely balanced. But that just isn't what happens. Like, who's using ball-playing centre-back rather than defender? Or, for example, it's not a thing. So unless your game is extremely well balanced, adding in more and more things where it's so niche, the use case, outside of what's just going to be standard, there's no need. And the sad part is, it means that you can bring out an absolutely banging card, but because for whatever reason you don't seem to understand that the community only use a striker that has, I don't know, Poacher plus or whatever, you don't give them that, all of a sudden no one cares about the card. Even though the rest of it may look fantastic. People won't want to use it. Same with playstyles. They've done exactly the same thing with playstyles. You think they're more for the career mode guys to bridge the gap to FM, but in 1v1 it's effectively useless. Yeah. But is that not the same in offline? Surely you just, again, are doing the same thing. I know the opposition might play slightly differently, but you're probably going to be playing the same way regardless. Talking about regarding Man City youth team, how the goalkeeper plays. Yeah, some of the stuff he says is interesting. It really is. It's just, I feel like anyone that is well-spoken, like Schmeichel, when it comes to hearing him talk about things behind the scenes that you don't normally get an insight on, it's always really, really fascinating to hear. Because you wish that you could hear more about that. Want to hear what you think to this? Goldbridge said if Villa win the Champions League, if they do, it will be a bigger achievement than Leicester winning the league because 2016 was awful for quality. Nonsense. I think most of what Goldbridge says is rage/engagement bait and isn't worth even entertaining a response to. And that is yet another very, very clear example of it, where it's just clearly stupid to anyone that knows anything about both clubs and their situations. But people will lap it up and clip it and everything like that because that's what he does every day. Inform. Who's the top Leicester players you'd expect to leave in the summer? For like decent money, Hermansen and El Canus. Outside of that, a load of players could go, but not for much. Would be my guess. Team of season so easy to get packs and daily play, etc. Yeah. Casper ended up leaving because he wanted a longer contract than we were willing to offer him. I think we were willing to offer 2 years, but he wanted a minimum of 3. And it's as simple as that. Would you have kept him for what he wanted? It's easier to say yes in hindsight. At the time, I'm not sure. Because you could... There have been ample goalkeepers out and about for not that much money that you could have got. Zeus, I'll look at some point. Yeah. It's mad the one time where we went down, it's affected you. It's really unfortunate that we didn't just get away with it like some other teams have. Like Everton. How Everton have not been relegated over the last, like, what, 4 years or something is mental. They somehow just about stayed afloat, and I don't think anyone really understands how. Whereas the 1 year where we have a bad season and it's potentially killed the next decade plus of the club. Like, how different things could have been if Doucouré hadn't scored that screamer against Bournemouth on the last day of the season. Is it just FC tonight? Yeah, I think so. Am I going to choose Alawiren? I don't think anybody should choose Alawiren. No. Do I have any preference on who goes up to the Prem this season? Leeds, because I think it would be easier for us to probably get... Like, if we are pushing for promotion next year, I think it would be easier to do that against the other teams than it would be against Leeds. David, you could say that there should be, unless he changes hierarchy and stuff like that. Then yeah, maybe there should be. Do I think there will be? I think with our owner, Top, I think the problem is, obviously, you would assume that the plan long term was that Vichai would teach him the ways gradually over the years, and eventually he would move up into that role, right? It would be a slow transition of being a son to an owner to becoming like a working partnership to potentially going that way, right? In terms of importance at the club. But of course, that can't happen when all of a sudden this part is gone and you're immediately elevated up here. Don't think he was ready, and that seems evident. And the problem is, the people that brought him through that period are the people like John Rudkin, Susan Whelan, that are the top dogs in the hierarchy. However, Rudkin has been at fault for a lot of things at the club, but because he's been his right-hand man and has basically guided him through this tough process of this transition to becoming the owner, he wants him by his side because he's his trusted advisor, colleague, friend, whatever. And that's the problem. So you need... If there isn't going to be some kind of sale or transition or something, he needs to start being a bit more ruthless like his dad was. Gaming, no. Do I think you're going to win away versus Madrid, or they're going to come back? Neither. I think you lose to Real Madrid, but not by enough to knock you out. I think that you... Like, I worry for Arsenal. I'm scared that you go there to be defensive. I think you will have a much better time and a significantly higher chance of going through if you go there and try and take it to them, like you did at home. Whereas if you go there and you set up really defensively, and then all of a sudden they get an early goal, and your game plan is out of the window, it's been shown over the last couple of years, the elite mentality doesn't seem to exist in these Arsenal players that does exist in some of these other clubs and players. So that would worry me in that regard. And I think trying to be hyper conservative and just hold on to this 3-0 would be the worst way to go about it. But who knows? Hope Arsenal players they did at home. Again, taking it to them. Because, like, let's not get it mistaken. Okay, Rice scored 2 incredible free kicks. That could happen in a game where you're getting battered, right? You don't even have... Like, you're not creating shot chances and stuff like that, but you win a couple of fouls on the edge of the box and you bang in 2 free kicks. That could happen, but that wasn't the case. Courtois was having a really good game, and if he wasn't on it, Arsenal probably would have got, what, 5? 6? So it's not as if they just relied on some individual brilliance from Rice. Obviously, that was incredible. And that has got to be up there with the best duo of free kicks that a player has ever scored in one game. Because the quality is just outrageous. But even the Marino goal was so good. The movement to pull back and then put it in on his left foot was fantastic. Really, really impressive. I'll take the fodder. Yeah, Saka up against Alaba was just ridiculous. I cannot believe that he actually played Alaba. I know they've got injury problems, but Alaba's been injured. And to basically bring him back up against Saka... If it was Saka's first game back, maybe. Even then, though, still a bit mad. Let's do this one. Arsenal were brilliant, they were. They really were. PSG v Barca final would be fantastic. Just the 2 most entertaining teams. PSG are phenomenal to watch. It's so, so fun to watch that team play. I love it. It just feels like it's such a... And maybe not, because Barca have been doing it all season as well, but it feels so refreshing to see a team where it feels like these flair forward players are basically told, you know what? If you want to dribble past your man, go for it. You don't have to cut in and pass it backwards and everything like that. If you think that you can dribble past him, go for it. We trust you. We have faith in you. Because the midfield behind you is probably going to win it back pretty soon anyway. Wouldn't you rather an English final? No, I couldn't care less. I personally don't understand anybody that Like, any English person that wants another English team to do well in the Champions League just because they're English, I don't understand that logic. Why do you care? Right? It's not your team. So, no. I would rather have the most entertaining tournament possible. I am also a Barca fan. I supported them for 20 years. So I'd like Barca to win. However, it's obviously not the same affiliation that I have with Leicester. Like, that's where I'm from. It's where I've lived all my life. Yada, yada, yada. So I'm obviously going to want Barca to win. But even outside of that, Barca and PSG are just the... that's just the most entertaining matchup that you could get right now. So yeah, it's like the crazy people that if England get knocked out of something, then they support the other home nations. You're not from Wales. Why do you care? That's baffling to me. It's not your team. Got a question about the 90 plus times 5. If you got 3 out of 5 completed right now with 12 days and 13 hours left of the objective, will you be able to complete it in time? Yes. Yeah. Once your team is out, you cheer on the other English teams to boost the coefficient. I mean, I feel like... yeah. If you need other teams to win to benefit yours, that's different. But if you're an Arsenal fan, or like, let's just use that example. If you're a Liverpool fan, Arsenal winning the Champions League doesn't benefit you in any way because you're going to win the Prem. So you're getting Champions League regardless. So to me, I don't know why anyone would care at all. British people have lost their loyalty. It's called respect for your country. But that's irrelevant. I mean, it's not loyalty to... loyalty is caring about your club. If I support Leicester, I'm not going to support Arsenal, Liverpool, City in the Champions League. They're not my club. I don't care how well the country is represented in the Champions League. It's completely and utterly irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. It doesn't affect me. I couldn't care less. I want the most entertaining football possible. That's all I care about. If Leicester and Barcelona are not involved in something, or England, of course, I just want the best football on show. I don't care who wins. Makes no difference. That's why Georgia was so great in the Euros. Kvara, again. They just went for it. They went for it. Who wins the Ballon d'Or now if Madrid go out? I don't know. You're of the belief all European League winners should get an automatic slot into the UCL, then coefficient comes into play. It's called the Champions League. Yep. But hey ho. Times have changed. Used to be like that, didn't it? Turkey, Georgia. Like, they were some of the best and most entertaining games because both teams just went for it. They just went for it. And it was great. It was fantastic to see. Where am I? Why are Oh, I'm asking why aren't SBCs in the menu? I'm literally on the SBC menu. You clown. Right, should we do this nonsense just to see how bad it is? Kvaratskhelia is amazing. Chris, if you want to get ready, if you want to do Ultimate Team, we can do that. I mean, it'd be easier. Do I have any informs? Not in here. Oof. Well, let's see just how bad this 100 player pack is. I'm not envisaging whatever. You know what I mean. I don't think it's going to be great. Ultimate team would be good. I could use the Leicester team. Uh, 86 rated squad. Let's do this. Message you, add me back. Just do it through EA's thing. Do it through this. Oh, I can't because I'm in an SBC. Do it through the in-game thing. It's so easy. Oh, well, I say it's easy, but for whatever reason, the menu is refusing to pop up for me. The build-up would be a classic. PSG Barca, so much history. Yeah, it'd be so good. La Remontada. That is still... I think that will forever be one of the craziest games I ever watch. And one of the reasons why is because I can't remember exactly why this was the case. Like, me and my dad have watched Champions League for years, but my mum doesn't care about it. My sister doesn't really care about it. My sister would probably watch it if it's on, but wouldn't go out of her way to know fixtures and anything like that to do with the Champions League. But for whatever reason, we were all watching it and actually paying attention. And so the reactions and stuff... the Neymar free kick and the Suarez and everything like that. It was just mental. Why is this thing not working? Normally you can't get away from this trigger, like, being obsessed with you during this game. Like, there are times where the menu bugs out and you're trying to sprint in-game and it brings up the friends menu. Mental game. Right, we can put in 484s here. Just use the main squad. Okay, cool. Uh, 484. Oh. Okay. 1, 2, 3. At the new camp, PSG Barca doesn't disappoint. Yeah. This is the content account. I only use my Road to Glory. The only time I touch that other account is if I'm recording with like James or Tom, but I'm tempted to not even do that and just use this one. I just have, like, when I record videos, like if I'm doing a video on one of these new Immortal Icons, I'm going to do it on this account. Because I have more coins. I have more stuff in my club. What if Nottingham win the Prem? They're not going to win the Prem. If they did, I don't really know what the question is. If they did, then that would be absolutely ridiculous. And fair play to them. But that is not happening. Let me quickly see if I can actually access... Right, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Lovely. Might need to restart the game for stuff to properly appear. But of course, we're talking about this UCL final, but it doesn't matter who's in it, because according to TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, unless your team are in the game, why are you watching it? It's scary how common that mindset is, or has been, in the comments of that Amazon Prime video that I put out. Why are you watching this? Your team aren't in it. No. It's the Champions League. It's the thing that everyone wants to watch. Why don't you get a ticket to the game? Well, because what? Should all the millions of people watching at home all try and get a ticket to the game? For every single football game that's ever on TV? I'm genuinely still in so much shock as to the logic that so many people seem to agree with. It's really worrying to me that it's so common. Banana, hello! Bailey, yeah, exactly. Feels like things in football nowadays are so, like, tribal. You're not allowed to just be a fan of the sport. Yamal or Endrick, who's better? I don't think anyone that has actually watched both of those players play football for even a handful of matches would even entertain that question. Here we go. We've got a 100 players pack. Contains 50 rare gold player items with 10 guaranteed to be 84 or higher and 1 guaranteed to be 85 or higher. Also 50 common gold player items. No one really cares about that. The question is, do we get any of the new cards? And if not, do we get like a... can we just get like an Mbappe? Well, we don't get one of the new cards. Unless they hang behind these, but I have no idea if that's the case. Musiala and Endler. McElroy Eagle. Masters has been good so far. Rose finishes his second round. 1 under for the day. Hey, you'll take that. When you've had a day as good as your first one, you would take that on the next 3. You'll probably win it. Just stay consistent. Even play safe. You're in a great position right now. I don't actually know what score Rory's on, but an eagle is going to have massively helped him after he had some dodgy ones on, what, 15 and 17 yesterday, I think it was. Deary me. That is utter dross. Yeah, let's just get rid. Watching golf, hell yeah. That was awful, yeah. I don't advise anyone doing that. If I'm honest with you. Oh. I don't even remember playing. Maybe I got like the lesser level of rewards. Yeah. Okay, I mean, I'll take it. You never know, could get something in this. Last message. Do I want to see the 90 times 5 when you get it? Depends when you get it. Sure. James, is that Rory? 5 under. If so, that is a nice day 2 for him. This, like, green screen studio that they've got of, like, the 3D visuals of the holes where they, like, fly through it with the camera is so sick. I'd like to know what, like, software and stuff they're using for it. This kind of stuff always fascinates me. It's the same when watching something like, I don't know, a Grand Designs. I love seeing the software behind the way that they do all of the visuals for things, because this is clearly some kind of like AR mixed reality that they've got going on here. It's so cool. Right. Let's play friendlies. Play a friend. This, right? It's where you support Liverpool. First live game you watched Liverpool Mönchengladbach. That is pretty sick, to be fair. It's kind of like, I wonder, in this day and age, where it is so easy to consume different types of content and sport and everything like that, someone else has gone off the back of 15. My God, that bank is brutal. It's going to kill so many rounds. Yeah, I wonder, because, like, for so many people... Oh, or maybe they're showing, like, Rory yesterday. I'm not sure. For so many people, it will have been as simple as, my dad got me into football. I support the team that he supports. I'm from this area. I'm going to support the team where I'm from. Whereas now that it's so easy for younger and younger and younger people to watch, whether it's live sport or going on YouTube and seeing highlights and history of different clubs and players, I do wonder how many kids are growing up supporting teams that they're seeing on TV, on YouTube, on TikTok, rather than the standard way that a club gets decided or whatever. Let me just quickly see if there's anyone else I need to put into this team. This Lucio, by the way. Ridiculous. People in Rush play like they have no thumbs. Yeah. Well, there is that Erdegaard. I mean, he already looks really good. I guess you would want like a finesse shot plus on him. That would be amazing. Press proven and then maybe these two. Trickster is fun. But yeah, finesse shot on that Erdegaard would be fantastic. Why are you not using him? Because I'm using Haaland. I could, but he can't shoot. So, meh. Meh. Well, a few games live on TV. Yeah. Obviously, that is different now. Always wanted you to be a red. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, for me, my parents and grandparents both live in and support Leicester. So it was always going to be the case that I was going to be brought up as Leicester. And it just felt so weird when there were kids in school that said they were like a Man U or Liverpool fan. It's like, what? Why? What are you talking about? Okay. Asato. Bye. Olise. Oh, I didn't see what Olise card that was. Ooh. I'm hoping also that because this is a friendly, that the connection is not going to be as garbage as it normally would in, like, Champs. Stadium changed direction of the club. Well, not just Stadium, but you've got... Oh. I mean, that's not what I pressed, but okay, game. I pinged that into the middle of the park, but fine. New ownership as well is obviously massive for any club. Oh my god, what was that? What is going on? Is that delay? Is that why that just happened? That would also explain why the keeper didn't pass it where I aimed. Because I would have then dribbled upwards after receiving it with the midfielder. I mean, maybe it is a bit... I was really hoping that it would be fine because it's just a friendly. Oof. Oh, yeah, okay, that is delayed. Can you not just chill and play a friendly with someone without it having to lag? Why is this the only game in the world that seems to actually have this kind of connection? That's strength by Bergkamp, by the way. That felt like I should have probably got the ball there with... I can't remember who it was. Maybe it was Cannavaro. Apparently not, though. Boo! Gary Lineker has apparently not put it in. Despite having a law-driven plus, I still don't know how to properly utilise it. It feels like I get in a situation there with Lineker, and if I know exactly what I'm doing with the playstyle, should I not be able to actually put that in the back of the net? Maybe. But I can't. Oh my god, he took so long to pass that ball. That was horrible. You could see him just not doing the animation. He was sat there waiting for whatever reason. Hop. 99 finishing. Harry Kane puts it wide. Welcome to why I'm not playing this game that much. It's not enjoyable. That's why I was playing Pokemon last night instead. Incredible scenes. That's what United. Bernardo, that makes sense though. It's just the standard is a lot of guys are brought up by their football supporting or following dad, and therefore they follow him. Oh, it's not the right player, but it's a golly goal. Do I reckon we'll see 4 playstyle plus in team of the season? No. I think every single card will have 3, and then in footies you'll see 4. I think the fact that not every card... I think if Team of the Season was going to give us 4, that every single card right now would be getting 3. So that then Team of the Season can be the level up. Oh. Ah, he didn't shoot. He didn't shoot. Pop, pop. No, it's through to Harry Kane. Do I have a vid on my cam settings? No. That would be a very, very short video. Telebroadcast. There you go. 2-second video. Nothing more needed. Oh, the AI. Feel like they're going to bump it up. Team of the season going to be 4, Futties going to be 5 to keep up the curve. I don't think it matters. I think the cards are already so good that it really does not matter. I think yet again, we're in another year where the power curve has just been mismanaged. And I honestly don't know if that's fixable without them doing... Oh, Jesus, this connection. Oh, she stopped her run. Without them doing the thing that I've been saying that they should do for many years, which apparently they did in, I think, NHL's Ultimate Team mode, where the highest rated gold card in the game is like an 85. Why, if I press the pass button, does he not pass? Such a stupid game. Dad supported Liverpool, who chose United. Why? Gary, yeah, it's frustrating. Bergkamp. I feel like you should not have kept the ball with Bergkamp for the goal. And I mean, God, the first one, just the delay pass to the wrong player. As I say, I've basically not touched this game in this last week. I think I've played like 5 games of squad battles to get an Evo done because it was going to run out. Outside of that, I have not touched this. I am at a point where I would very happily not play a single game on FC25. And it may well get to the point where I only play it for content. Oh, like, the delay, man. It's just not what I press. I simply cannot enjoy a game where I press a button and it doesn't do what I press. It's just so infuriating. And it ruins any fun. Especially because of the way, like, the way that I enjoy playing FIFA and have done for, what, the past, like, 15 years? Oh. The past, like, 15 years is, like, skilling and dribbling. But in... oh, Jesus. In a game where you press a button and it doesn't happen, I can't even play the way that I enjoy playing. Because you press a skill move, they ignore it, or they do the wrong one, or they do it at the wrong angle. It's horrible. So yeah, I'm at the point that I think a lot of people are with this game, where, yeah, I can't enjoy it. Unless I'm like doing it for a video. Because when you're playing it for a video, it's not serious. You don't care in the way that you have to care when it's something like Champs. Like, even if you play Champs semi-casually, which I do to keep topping up my, my account with coins, it's still full of frustration. Having button delay on Xbox, not having that on PC. Doesn't matter what platform you play on. Some people get delay, some don't. This year, though, it feels like this is the highest amount of people I have ever seen complain about delay. It's horrible. And it's been in the game since the very first weekend league. Before that, it was fine. It was actually amazing. And then as soon as champs rolled around, gone. Garbage goal. And yeah, even with all of these other patches, all of these improvements that they've made to the gameplay to make it like more end-to-end, more goals, less obsessing over a 1-0 defensive win, it sadly doesn't matter. Where if I press step overs and for some bizarre reason he tries to do a McGeady spin, when the game locks onto the offside player instead of the one that's in front of him that's onside, ugh. There's so many things that are just too frustrating. Am I going to stream Elden Ring again soon? Yes. What a shocking pass. Do you think FC will ever come out when the football season starts? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I don't know what reason they would have to push it if they haven't already done it. It's getting worse every week. Yeah, it's really bad. Ooh. How much ping do you have? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter on this game. Oh, just dear God. You could go in... Oh, my God. Like, you can go into a game and it can say that you have 10 ping. It can say that you have 100. And yet, your game will feel more responsive in the game where it says you have 100 ping. Because that's just how stupid the netcode and everything is on this game. I think mine says that I have like 20 ping in every single match. But as I say, oh, for God's sake! I pressed tackle! It's a red! Yeah, I think it says about 20. Oh, my time finishing has turned itself off. Yay! Thanks, EA. That could have been a ping top bins, but no. I can't time finish because the game's decided it doesn't want to allow me to have that setting on. What a fun experience. How has that got through? And then that's a goal. Ooh. The biggest issue with the game is passing? No, it's button delay. I mean, what is that? Why has he done such bizarre movement and then taken so long to pass the ball? It's just frustrating. Just press a button and he just doesn't do it. But yeah, like this is the only game I ever play where I ever have any connection issues. It's just awful. Brothers also support United. Ronaldo, was it not United? Fair. Get 100 ping and have no delay in your games. You know why? That that doesn't surprise me, because it feels like this game compensates at times for the person that has the worst connection. So if you're going into the game with 100 ping and I'm going in with 20 ping, then it compensates to try and find something in the middle. So my gameplay seems to then get delayed. I don't know. You are Vergang light. He also complains a lot about delay. That's because it's a FIFA 21 was the first game I think I ever played in my life that had any kind of button delay. And it is the worst gaming experience I have ever had. FIFA 21 was miserable. FIFA 22 then also had button delay. FIFA 23 then also had button delay. FC24 was actually a breath of fresh air, because up until about FUTTIES, I didn't get any delay. This game, though, as I say, as soon as FUT Champs was introduced into the game, bang, delay. It just kills the game. I simply cannot enjoy playing this game when I press a button and it doesn't do the thing that I've pressed. The core gameplay of FC25, I think after all the patches, is actually really, really good. But it doesn't matter. Because I press a skill move and my guy doesn't do the skill move. So I can't have fun with it. Oh. There's no one on the edge of the box. So, yeah. Sadly, it means that the game is automatically abysmal. Like, imagine you went onto Fortnite or Warzone and you tried to snipe someone, but the gun didn't shoot until a second after you pressed the button. You wouldn't play the game. But for some reason, in one of the most profitable game series that there is, and one of the richest gaming companies in the world, it's fine? Nah. Headers are terrible now, yeah. Seen a lot of people who play FC25, it's affected them making content in terms of not wanting to stream and make videos. Yep. Just playing the game is not enjoyable. Whereas, if I play it as part of a video, like if you've done a squad building series with Tom or James or someone like that, then you've got that fun element, and then you're playing against someone and laughing with them in a Discord call whilst you're playing. It's a lot more like if something stupid happens in a game against someone that you're friends with, that's very different to something stupid happening in a game of FUT Champs. Because it's just a lot more, oh my god, it's just a lot more casual. And the same if I'm doing a video on a player. It doesn't matter as much if something stupid happens, because it can make the video more entertaining. But if you're streaming and you're playing the game for like 5 hours, you can't make every single one of those stupid moments into something that isn't negative. You just can't. So it just puts me off streaming the game. Because why would you want to stream something that you aren't going to enjoy playing? It's just not a good idea. No, no. How have you done a skill move there? I never pressed it with you. I don't get it. Have to play champs along the way to get the immortal. I don't know. I have basically not touched the game in the last week. I don't know anything about this immortal Evo and what you have to do. I'll do a video on Rooney. I'll probably do a video on someone else. But I've not been keeping up with that stuff. Because honestly, until Team of the Season, I'm just not interested. I'm really not. GG. What a shocking game. It's crazy how much smoother of a game FC24 was. Yep. Yep. So I'm incredibly jealous of the people that can sit here and their content of their stream is just opening up other people's packs and they don't actually have to play the game. It's like a dream come true. You get all of the glory of the stuff that you get if you did play the game, but without actually having to do that. It's incredible. Oh. What lucky team are Leicester playing this weekend? We have got Brighton away. Brighton away. You thought about getting an electric guitar and learning it through Rocksmith? Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Go for it. I would love to just like, let's just win the lottery and then I can get a new guitar. Obviously we can get a house, but let's get the new guitar first. Feel a draw. Game is rotten. It's awful. Like, the fact that we can't just play a friendly between us without me having delay is horrible. Like, at least... I just... In Champs, it's on separate servers. Like, it's dedicated servers, which you would actually think would mean that the servers would be better because there's less people on them. But apparently not, because Champs is constantly delayed. But with a friendly, surely it's just peer-to-peer. How is there delay? I invited. I'm the host. How have I got delay in a game that I'm supposed to be hosting? That shouldn't be possible. Simply shouldn't be possible. But it is, sadly. Oh, wow, how did that just stop there? I've done some dark fruits. That'll probably get you 2 nowadays. Nah, you go Tesco and get a batch for that. No, any and all subs, members, donos, all of that stuff are currently going into a savings account to build up a house deposit. Me and the Goof are doing... like, we've got a call tomorrow. We are hopefully doing a viewing next week. We're still probably a long way away, but everything that can be put into that pot is being put into said pot. But thank you very, very much, Chrissy. I really do appreciate it. GG, sir. GG. If you could bring back a dead iconic artist for a one-night gig, who would it be? MJ. No question about it. Hopefully moving out by next year then. Ideally, yes. Yeah. That's the hope. Fruit, I appreciate it. Oh, I didn't check the set for life results from last night. I don't know what brought it on. I think I was round my girlfriend's parents for like a dinner, like 2 weeks ago, something like that. And I don't know what the conversation, like, I don't know how it got there. But I never knew that there was a set for life thing that you can, instead of normal lottery, you can get a ticket for this set for life, where if you win, you get, is it like 10 grand a month for 30 years? Something like that. So you have to add a minimum of £5 of funds on the lottery website. You can't just go on and buy one ticket. You have to add funds to your wallet. So added £5, and on the first go, won a tenner. On the second go, won a £5. I'm a pro at this lottery stuff. So I'm assuming that when I sign in right now, I'm going to have won the whole thing now. Let's see. Let's see, shall we? Sign in. Now, for some reason, my balance in my account doesn't seem to have gone up. So there must have been some kind of mistake. We'll have a look. We'll have a look. What was the date? The 10th. 10th of... Oh. 10th of April. Finished. Show results. Didn't get any. It's fine. I'll win it on Monday. It's fine. I'll just win it on Monday instead. What's a more iconic FIFA moment? Danny G. Xbox messages or the KSI video about a guy saying he'll get KSI YouTube banned. Don't know. There are so many things from that time period to do with like voice messages and joining parties and stuff like that. Some of you might remember General Minus. Oh God, what were some of the other names? There's a guy who I know his voice, but what the hell was his? What the hell was his YouTube? There was like a couple of them that sometimes did stuff together. Modern Warfare 2, Hardcore, Team Kill, Troll. This might be harder to find. General Minus still has some stuff that's uploaded. But there was a guy that got tons and tons of views, but I just cannot remember the name off the top of my head. That is not that guy. And I think they all got taken down. So I don't know if you'd even be able to find them. There's a lot of General Minus stuff. Marshy D13. That's one of them. If anyone remembers. Marshy. My goodness. That was one of them. Oh Or is General Minus the one that I am? I swear there was someone else. I'm just not remembering that being the name. I don't know. Unpopular opinion, no hate to Orzio or Bateson. You find watching packs every day boring. Same. I cannot understand the interest in pack openings. I really, really can't. It blows my mind. I found it. Spartan J117 was the guy. Spartan J, Marshy, and General Minus were the ones that did a lot of Modern Warfare 2. They were known as like pro trash talkers. It was ridiculous. But yeah, I don't get it. I don't see the interest in seeing other people's packs. I can understand it if you care about someone's, like, if it's a Road to Glory and it comes around to Team of the Season, you're following along with the Road to Glory and you want to see what they got in their, like, guaranteed Premier League Team of the Season pack. Right? I get that. There's logic behind being interested in that and caring about what is in the pack. But watching someone open 100 random people's share play Premier League Team of the Season packs, I don't see where the interest is in watching it. I don't know why anyone cares, is the thing, about what someone else gets in their pack. Unless you care about their accounts and stuff like that. But if it's just like, I don't know, if one of you guys randomly said right now, you've got this 90 plus times 5, do you want to stream it? Sure. But do other people actually care what you get? I don't know. The one sort of place that I can understand it is if you're basically doing a review of the SBC and saying whether it's worth it. But that's a bit different. Just me with this new promo, you don't have interest in the baby icon SBCs who have better versions on the market. Yeah, I think it's stupid. I think it's really dumb. Which Viz's vid on things we don't have anymore made a good point. Might know or remember. Apparently FIFA had like interviews from players and it was a thing in FIFA. No idea what that's referring to, no. No. Let me see if I could very quickly find it. It's not just like a rant video, is it? Because they bore the life out of me. Where is this video? Is it a recent one? Or... I don't see... I don't know where this video is. So I guess if it's that old... It was like from a few years ago. Oh, then no, I don't know. I probably don't care. There's some stuff that you lose from old games, but it's then replaced with bigger and better things. Like, we've lost some things from Ultimate Team, but now we've got stuff like Evos. All right. You're not always going to keep every single thing in a game, especially if it isn't worth the development time that it takes to continue keeping it in the game when it doesn't really get that much interest. For example, the fact that Moments is still in this game, I think the reason why this still exists is similar to something that we saw previously. Like, look at this. What is this? Why is this a like mode in your game that you can play? I think the reason why Moments is still in this game is the same reason why last year in Div Rivals we still got the like monthly or seasonal reward from Rivals, and it just gave you like a TIFO. It is easier and takes significantly less effort to just keep it in the game and not update it than it does to remove it. And so they would rather just have this sort of dead little tab in the menus of Moments that they don't need to bother updating, rather than trying to remove it and potentially breaking something because they're incompetent at what they do. Vizza makes good videos. Some of them are decent. Like, that's the kind of thing that I want to go down the route of more with my football channel. However, I don't know whether I would want it. I like more like faceless video essay kind of route rather than integrating yourself within the video. I feel like you can have a bit of both. Like, you can have opinion pieces and discussion pieces, but then you can have more documentary-esque type things. That is where I would love to go with YouTube. I love that kind of thing. The amount of those kind of videos that I have either watched or had on in the background whilst I'm doing something, because you can just listen to it and learn about stuff, is so high. So I would love to be able to provide that for other people. And that's why sometimes when I do these discussion videos on the Footy channel, some of them do well, because I think people do exactly that. It's like a half an hour long video where I'm discussing things. You don't need to actively be watching it. You can just be listening to what I'm saying and then potentially processing your thoughts, and then maybe leave a comment at the end with your thoughts on the overall discussion and the points that were made in it. I think that's good. Aussie reactions are so fake in those videos, but they have to be. Because if your video for YouTube today was all of your viewers are going to rush out and they're going to complete this to be able to open up this 90 plus times 5. They're doing that for you. In reality, you don't care what they get in their packs. It makes no difference to you, right? If this 90 plus times 5 is full of 90 rated fodder that sells for 20k, it makes no difference to the person that's share play opening the pack. If the pack contains something that's worth 3 mil, it also makes no difference. They also don't care, because it's not their account, it's not their pack. So in reality, you're opening it up and you're like, oh wow, sick pull. That's awesome. GG. But that's not energetic enough for the YouTube video, so you've got to massively overreact and pretend that you properly care. So, like, if someone had one of these for me today, but there was someone that I didn't know that just came into the stream and said, I've got this pack. Do you want to open it? Sure. Let's see what we get for you. I'm not going to go mental if they pack something crazy, because I might never talk to them again. Whereas if it's someone that's like been in the streams for years and they've saved this pack because they watch all the streams, they're always commenting, and they want to be a part of it. Oh wow, Bryson's 7 under, Rory 6. Nice. This is shaping up to be pretty good so far. Then I'm actually going to care for what they get in their packs, because I know them, I talk to them all the time, and it means more rather than just a, oh, here's a pack, bye. But isn't that what it's always been? Yes. My frustration with YouTube in general, well, video content in general, and I guess live streams, is how exaggerated so much of it needs to be. And I feel like that's why I really, really enjoy doing the Footy channel, because it doesn't need to be exaggerated. You can talk about your predictions, your reactions to matches, tournaments, transfers. You can have discussions around a club, player, anything. You can do these videos where you document the history of anything in the sport. You can do vlogs of the games. You don't need to massively exaggerate all of these things because it isn't needed in that space. Whereas when it comes to something like FC, it does feel like everything needs to be. Which is why when I try and do these videos of these like player challenges and stuff like that, you try and ramp up the energy and you try and put a bit of jeopardy in the video with potential discards and things like that. Because otherwise it just isn't that entertaining. So that is obviously always the case, but it frustrates me that so many people don't know that it's put on. Like, especially when it's stupidity. This is why over the years I've always said how much I dislike someone like Speed's content, because so much of it was just feigning stupidity, and somehow that was supposedly funny and entertaining. I don't understand that. Being energetic and stuff like that, sure, I get it. Right? Reacting to something as if you care about it a little bit more than you actually do, sure. But going out of your way to just pretend that you are really, really dumb so that people laugh at you rather than with you, I don't like that it works for so many people. And the same thing can be said with these packs and these like share play videos and stuff like that, where, as I say, the people that are opening the packs, they don't care what you get. The only reason why they might is because they can potentially put like a teaser of it as part of the intro of the video, but the thumbnail is probably going to be like a blurred out image of the best player that you can possibly get in the pack, and then no one gets the player in the pack anyway. So you don't need to get a massive pull for the video, because the thumbnail will just have the biggest pulls anyway. So I don't know, man. You think he's one of the many people who can skip FIFA and not feel he's missing out? Yes. As I said, I've said this many, many times. If my football channel took off tomorrow and started making me like more money than this kind of content does, I would love that to be the case. Because I would love to be able to... Like, I don't think I'm ever going to stop loving football. I don't love playing this game every day. There's always new stuff to talk about with football that can be interesting, but there's also such a vast history of things that you can go and do videos about, discussions. Again, video essays and documentaries, looking at the history of a club, a nation, a position, a formation, specific players, their families. All of these things can be explored, and you can create content around it that doesn't rely on the new hit of adrenaline at 6 p.m. because a company has decided what they're going to release, and that determines what you can do videos on. Obviously, in football, you are reliant on new transfers and results in games and stuff, but you know that they're always going to come. They are going to happen. You're not really reliant on crazy stuff to happen all the time. Whereas it feels like with this game, especially nowadays, the content space has changed so much with this game, where it is all about the new shiny thing. And that shiny thing is only relevant for like one day. And then that's it. You move on to the new one. Personally for you, you know Speed's reactions are fake, but he's actually funny. I could not disagree more. I do know that, like, some of his newer stuff, like his streams... I think one of the only things that I've really respected about him in recent years is that he is willing to explore different cultures and stuff as part of his streams nowadays. Like, he's currently doing this... Well, I don't know if he still is. He has been doing stuff in China. And that's cool. Showing so many people what a completely different culture is like if someone that you know gets plonked into it, rather than just, I don't know, searching YouTube for a Japanese person living in Tokyo and seeing what their day-to-day life is like. It's not really that relatable. So I respect that. And if he does move sort of permanently into that kind of thing, where he's doing like events and stuff like that, fair enough. I just hate the fact that he blew up whilst being a massive misogynist. It's not a great start. The ego, the not caring about other people's reactions to things, and it all being about you and how, like, the stream will view this, but not that person who's being negatively impacted by it in real life. Again, the stupid stuff of, like, barking in someone's face. It's not funny. It never has been, it never will be. Whereas, again, educating people on these different cultures and things and places around the world and stuff is really cool. And that's amazing. And I really, really like that side of things. But it's the same reason why I don't understand how so many of, like, the big streamers right now, I don't understand the popularity of people that basically every single thing that they say and do is to try and get a new clip to put on TikTok that's clearly exaggerated or faked or staged. I don't get it. Like the modern phase, like what Ronaldo and Lacey and those kind of, I don't get it. I don't know where the interest comes from at all. It's bizarre to me. And I know that that is just always going to be the case. Like, there are going to be some times and some things that you just can't really relate to. But when you are in the space of the thing that you're trying to relate to and you just can't, or you can't understand it, that's when it gets really difficult. For me. To understand. You're the opposite person, you find them funny. See, I just don't understand how. Unless you're 5 years old, I don't understand how any of what these kind of people do is funny. Because it's so forced and staged, and loud equals funny. I hate it with a passion. Because it just isn't. It's not funny. And you have to wonder whether some of these people that are creating content in that kind of way right now are going to continue trying to do it whilst their viewership actually grows up and realizes, no, that's just a bit stupid and actually not funny at all. I'm not going to watch them anymore. Do they continue to try and stay like that person? Or do they do what someone like PewDiePie did, who started off doing the like loud reactions when he was playing scary games and stuff like that, but then matured and became more of an adult and started doing better content. I hope for their sake that they do. But with the current like TikTok generation of kids growing up right now, maybe they won't need to change. Maybe not. Neve is really, really good. You don't know why people dislike her so much. A lot of people dislike Neve. One, because she's a woman, and there are sadly just a lot of sexist, racist, homophobic people in the world that are happy to admit that. So they can't accept that a girl knows more about football than they do. And so they'll slag her off for that. Some people also seem to dislike her because they think that she's trying to show off by being different, when in reality she just actually knows more about the sport than the average person. So when someone asks her, I don't know, who's the best centre-back that you've watched this season, and she comes out with someone like Bastoni instead of saying Van Dijk, then people would be like, well, why are you saying that? It's obviously Van Dijk. When they probably haven't even watched a match of Bastoni, whereas she goes out of her way to research, take time watching, learning, etc. about these different leagues and players. But people don't appreciate that because they can't be bothered to do it themselves. Fortunately, there are a good amount of people that do seem to appreciate Neve, and others that do similar. For example, James, JLA, Mr. Olcott himself, is also well respected in the space because he is eloquent with his words. He comes across like he knows what he's talking about, rather than just being a reactionary, biased, deluded fan, which sadly is a large encompassing part of the football community when it comes to content creation. There is a lot. Like, you probably couldn't get much further apart between someone like Neve, Stumpeg, and like a Goldbridge, where everything is for clicks, rage bait, engagement bait, purely saying stuff because you know it's going to get clipped up onto TikTok, and just not believing in what you actually say, but you know that it'll rile people up, so you say it. is very, very different. And sadly, because so many people like that weird side of things, they therefore dislike someone like a Neve. And as I say, it's really annoying. It feels like whatever you create content on nowadays, you're going to have that subset of viewers. Fruit, I honestly don't know who that is, just from the name. And so you've got to basically try and break through the barrier of dealing with all of the comments from like immature kids or uneducated people on a topic, and try and pick out the people that you can maybe have a conversation with and actually discuss a topic with properly. And then you can move forward in that regard, and it's a lot more successful and a better use of everybody's time, rather than getting in an argument with someone that is clearly there to just be an idiot kind of thing. Right. You don't even know how to describe it, just find their content entertaining. How old are you, out of interest? You like both of them? Goldbridge is also great. Yeah, I will ask that question again. How old are you? 22. That's... I don't know if I'm... That's not what I was hoping to hear there. I was hoping the number was at least going to start with a 1, and then it's maybe a bit more acceptable. I feel like the demographic of people that these creators are catering towards is definitely not in their 20s. I feel like especially with Goldbridge, I feel like unless you are maybe like younger than 16, I think the only way that he can properly be appreciated is if you are a creator yourself and you just appreciate how well he does his job of being the guy that just does everything for reactions. I cannot understand. I just, like, when someone is so obviously doing something by massively over-exaggerating it, or doing something that they clearly don't actually believe is true or whatever, I don't understand how people can actually enjoy it when it's so obviously like a fake persona kind of thing. I don't get it. Callum, yeah, there are like, I think it goes both ways, right? For example, any Aluko comes out and says that she gets hounded as a pundit because she's a black woman. And that's why people think that she's awful as a pundit and they don't want to see her on anything and stuff like that. And of course, there are going to be people on social media that, as I say, are probably racist and sexist towards her. That's going to happen to everyone. Sadly, that is the world that we live in. And when your job is in the public eye, until laws get passed where people get punished for all of these things immediately, as depressing as it is to say, that's part of the job. And it sucks. But that's not why she's a terrible pundit. For example, Alex Scott is also a black woman. she's way better. Because she's actually well researched and knows what she's talking about and voices her thoughts and conclusions very well. Whereas Eni Aluko doesn't do that. That's why people don't like her. It's why people, like, same with people don't like Jamie Redknapp. Because he's crap as a pundit. He just states the obvious all the time. Whereas they like someone like a Carragher because he is one of the most knowledgeable pundits that there is out there. Whilst there is always going to be that subset of disgusting people that will hate people for those kind of reasons, the vast majority of people care about you being good at what you do if your job is public facing. But as I say, there are always going to be negative connotations with anything that touches social media in any way. For example, the Ballers League. I don't know if any of you have watched any of it. I personally haven't. I don't know if I'm really that interested in it. But the amount of times that Sky Sports tweet out clips, because it's like every Monday night, right? So each Monday they tweet out clips from the Ballers League. And the amount of people that reply saying, oh, I'm paying £100 a month for Sky for this crap. Well, one, you can watch it for free. But two, just don't watch it. Right? It's not as if it's like the old days where you would only have like channel 1 through 5. And if The Simpsons got moved off of channel 4 because they decided to put on some random program about clocks, people would be fuming. But that's not how this works. There are so many channels that you're getting through Sky Sports that whatever you were going to watch on Sky Sports is still going to be on there in addition to this thing. But for some reason, people don't understand that. And they also don't seem to understand this is what the younger generation want to see. There's a reason why you're seeing someone like Angry Ginge on TV. It's because he's so popular with the younger generation that having him on TV is going to get them more viewers. So in addition to him on TV, you've also got the other stuff that is still there. So now both generations get something that they can watch. But if you're on Twitter, no. Why are all these YouTubers on TV? I don't care about this. Let me hear from Graham Souness and his racist thoughts on Paul Pogba again instead. Yeah, that's good, isn't it? Main reason you watch Goldbridge because he supported United. But surely you'd watch people that, like, well, it's debatable whether he supports United. But surely you'd watch people that, like, are true non-rage baity United fans that actually provide insight rather than having clear biases and stuff like that and just doing everything for content and clicks. No? The current cut is +2. That's fine. You don't get how people would rather watch something or someone they don't like rather than watch something they do like. Exactly. This is the crazy part to me nowadays. There is so much stuff to do, to watch, to play. If the Ballers League is on TV, right, but you don't want to watch it, if you've got Sky Sports, I mean, where's the remote? So that would be on what? Sky Sports Football. So what else have you got? You've got Sky Sports Premier League, Sky Sports Football, Sky Sports Cricket, Golf, F1, Action, Sky Sports Plus, News, Mix, Main Event, Racing, Tennis. And then you've obviously got all of the stuff on TNT and all of these other channels. Why do people go out of their way to moan about one thing being on a TV channel instead of just watching something else? And it's the same with YouTube, it's the same with Twitch, all of these things. If I'm streaming this game, right, on TikTok especially, you'll have people that click into the stream to spend time out of their day to write a comment saying, "Who still watches this game?" If you don't care about it, why are you wasting time instead of just scrolling away? Like, and again, you have it on YouTube, you have it on Twitch. Why are you specifically going out of your way to watch something, to comment negatively about it, rather than watching something you enjoy? Do you purposefully put the TV on, see that there's something you don't like on, and put that channel on, just so that you can moan about it? Or do you put something else on? Do you go onto Netflix and think, "Oh God, I hate that show. Let me put that one on. Then I can write to Netflix and say, this show's crap. I don't care about it. I don't want it on here anymore." Or do you just go and watch something that you enjoy? It's such a weird thing that is sadly so incredibly common nowadays. And it doesn't look like that's going to change anytime soon. And I hate it. I absolutely hate it. It is one of the worst parts about doing this as a job. It is that it doesn't seem to matter what you do or what you say. There will always be a negative. For example, if I tweeted out saying, "I love Pepsi Max," you might get a response saying, "Pepsi's awful, Coke's way better." Why? I haven't tweeted out saying, "This is the best drink of all time. Anyone that drinks anything else is an absolute moron, and I hope that you lose your ability to have a good life." I'm just saying that I like something. Why do you have to add a negative to that? It's crazy. And on the football side of things, one of the biggest comments that I get all the time when I'm doing TikToks or videos about something. For example, I put out this video the other day when I was watching the Champions League, right? And I was talking about the fact that Amazon Prime was delayed for me. On my TV, compared to my laptop or my phone, Amazon Prime for football is delayed by about 90 seconds. That is awful. When you're paying for a service, that's pathetic, right? You could probably get a better or closer to real-time dodgy illegal live stream than you could from that service you're paying for. That's insane. That was the point. But there were so many things about that that had nothing to do with it. For example, why are you sitting in your bedroom on a Tuesday evening wearing a football shirt? Was one of the comments. Why not? I'm watching the football, wearing a shirt. It's not harming anybody. What's the problem? What's the point in saying that? Here's another one. You're a Leicester fan. I wouldn't worry anytime soon. What does me having a Leicester fan have anything to do with me watching the Champions League? It's crazy. And then the amount of people saying, well, if the delay is awful, go and buy a ticket to go and watch the game. I don't understand how you can talk about something and then somehow it gets turned into a completely different conversation just so that somebody can be negative. And as I say, that is comfortably the worst part about having this kind of career, is that no matter what you do, no matter what you say, people will have a problem with it. Regardless of how overwhelmingly positive it is. Here's a great example. Mr. Beast recently did a video where he was rescuing child slaves in Africa. New Beast philanthropy video. We got kids out of literal slavery in West Africa and tried to shine a light on some serious stuff. All revenue from this channel goes towards the non-profit. An incredible thing to do. Right? Like, so outrageously selfless. You are literally changing lives for the better. There is no negative connotation at all until you go on Twitter. And then you have people responding, why don't you help Americans? Sorry for rescuing child slaves in Africa. I should only focus on this country instead. Sorry, guys. Not American enough. Like, it's... and then you'll have... ending slavery is great, but what about homeless people? You can't do anything nowadays without people having a problem with it. You can literally be saving children and people still find a negative. So there are, to go back to the point of people like Neve getting negative responses to things, it sadly is a part of life. It shouldn't be, but it is, especially online. Because people for some reason only want to try and focus on a negative spin of something. They don't want the positivity. And a lot of the time, that is because the vocal minority are the negative ones. And so they are the ones that you see more, right? For example, when I put out that video the other day, there are a few people that respond with legitimate help as to what I could potentially do to fix that situation or reasons why it might be happening. And then you have other people that reply saying, he's asking a question, why is he getting so much hate? But those are so few and far between because people are so much more likely to go online and leave a negative comment than they are a positive one. Because if you have a generally positive experience, you think, oh, that was cool. Nice, I enjoyed that. But unless it's insanely positive, most people don't leave the comment saying that. Whereas if someone has even a slightly negative experience, they'll comment about it. And that is how things go. It's why you will always ask so many people, you'll hear so many people, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Because the majority of people will watch a video, they'll watch a live stream, they'll enjoy it, they'll have a positive time. But they won't think to click that thumbs up or leave a comment. Whereas if they didn't enjoy it, they'll slag it off, they'll comment on it, they'll put a thumbs down or whatever. That's just the way that society is, sadly. What's your opinions on Angry Ginge? I don't watch his stuff because a lot of it is, once again, not for my demographic. And so I wouldn't enjoy a lot of it. He is naturally funny. And that's always good. But again, I don't know if this has changed over the last couple of years. But I mean, there's a reason why Angry was in the name. There was a lot of screaming and yelling in the past. Here's one question, but not one to answer, is why people care about what other people do. Don't know. Don't know. Like, for example, I've sort of over time realized that, yeah, what you do doesn't, unless you're negatively impacting people, what you do doesn't matter to the average person. If you want to go to the shop in a dressing gown and slippers, right, over your pajamas, because it's a 2-minute walk up the road, no one's going to care. Right? Immediately in the moment, if you saw someone walking into the shop and they're in their dressing gown and slippers, you might be like, oh, interesting. 5 minutes later, you will have probably forgotten that ever happened. But the person doing it is in their mind thinking, oh God, they're lucky and they care, everyone cares so much. No, they don't. Everyone is going through so much in their life every single day that they care about themselves, their friends and family. All these other people that don't actually have an impact on their lives, they don't matter. They really don't matter. So it's why it does baffle me that so many people will, yes, negatively comment on something that literally has no effect on them. It's bizarre. It's just Americans' fault. Yeah, it's true. It's like people want everyone to be the same person. People think that everything revolves around them. And so unless you are exactly the same as them, they have a problem with it. Right? Or because you're not doing the same as this really popular, famous person, you're in the wrong. It's why you have things like console wars. Like, there are people out there that if I say, I play on Xbox, I prefer playing on Xbox to PlayStation, all of a sudden, instead of people being like, oh, okay, interesting. Why is that? What do you prefer about it? No. Skip past that stage. Call me a moron. Call me an idiot. Xbox is crap. It's the worst console ever. Get the one that I like, because that's the only one that anyone can like. The world is full of stupid people. And a lot of people realize that way too late. And they let it affect them too much before they realised that. Twitter is awful for the most part, yeah. Yeah, it's not great. They all play most of the same games. Such a pointless argument. It is. Like, you can fairly say, like, I think this one is better than this one because of X, Y, and Z. Right? That doesn't mean... I think one thing that happens in basically all forms of discussion online is that if one thing is an 8 out of 10 and one thing is a 9 out of 10, these things are both really good. But because this one isn't quite as good as this one, it's terrible. It's awful. It's the worst thing that's ever happened in the world. That's the logic of the internet nowadays. Whereas in reality, if you actually think about it yourself, it's like, they're actually both really, really good things. Okay, maybe that one is slightly better, but that one's still great. I'm going to get that, or I'm going to go and do that. But no. The way the internet would make it out is that, don't you dare ever do that, buy that, like that. This is the only good one. And it's such a negative way to look at things, but it's such a standard way to look at it for so many people. Same with iPhone versus Samsung. Yep. Like, there are so many, as I say, fanboys and stuff like that. Delusional people that don't have any education on a topic shouldn't talk about those topics. For example, an iPhone compared to... Oh, it's over there. To an Android. There are significantly more things that an Android will be better at than an iPhone. Nowadays, than vice versa. They have pros and cons. But because this is the popular one, if you don't have an iPhone, you're an idiot. You're poor because you can't get an iPhone, even though iPhones are sometimes cheaper than some of the top flagship models of other... It doesn't matter. The logic used in some of the conversations is... ridiculous because people just go... People think that popular equals the best. And that is very problematic in a lot of ways. A lot of ways. Because if something that is negative or not as good as it should be becomes popular and people start ignoring the good, better thing because that's not as popular, and all of a sudden, even though it is better, it's seen as negative because people randomly focused on this other thing first. It's terrible. And so I think the sooner that people growing up realise that it's not all about popularity, it's not all about following the crowd on everything. God, one thing that's always hilarious about golf is when they finish the round and take off their cap, the tan line here. They've got an orange or brown face, and this is just ghostly white forehead. It's incredible. It's like when you look at people's teams, right? If I show people this team and say this is what I'm using, then people come out and say, oh, but why don't you have this player? Why have you got this guy? He's not the best player that you can get there. I don't care. Just because he's the most popular one doesn't mean that I need to use them. It's not how it works. But that's how TikTok especially would make you think it works. Needs to do live friendlies so you can't just play it as a friend. Really? Is that a thing? Team on FIFA, especially with Evo, should be personal to you. Yep. That's the whole point of Ultimate Team, is it's your team. Otherwise, you'd basically just be going and playing seasons where, I don't know, everyone's using Real Madrid because they're the best team in the game. It's personal to you. And obviously play styles and stuff like that. Like some people will play the game super, super sweaty and stuff like that. And personally, I don't see where the enjoyment comes from that. For the average person. Because they don't seem to enjoy it. So I don't know why they do it. But there will be some people that enjoy things in different ways. And therefore, that's why they play in the way that they do. Or with the players that they do. Stuff like that. Use that cane to... Yeah, exactly. I don't watch Hashtag House other than seeing random TikToks of them having to name players that fit a certain category and they like rotate until someone wins. I don't watch much of this game because I don't like it. The gameplay of this game is horrible. It's not fun to play. It's not fun to watch. So, unless it is videos like a Squad Builder Showdown, those kind of things where the vast majority of the video is not actually focused on the gameplay, you'll never catch me watching people streaming this game because I don't want to watch anyone play a game of this because it's not fun. I rarely play it off stream because it's not enjoyable. So I don't even know what kind of videos the Hashtag House do. Because I'm just so far removed from watching videos of this game. Oh my good God, what a shot that is. Wow. Fair play. Fair play. Power curve is so low in terms of what you need. It is. It is. It depends. Like, obviously, if you want to get in Rivals to Elite Division, like, I could do that. If I wanted to get back up to the Elite Division, I could do it. But I don't want to. Because it won't be enjoyable in the slightest. I will not enjoy a single game of Rivals that I play up in the Elite Division. Because I'm going to have to sweat it out. I'm going to have to try and use the most meta tactics and formations and players. I can't just have fun with it. Which is why I keep myself in lower divisions. So that if there are any objectives or evos that require playing Rivals, I can do it. If I wanted to hop into Rivals with my Leicester team, I can do it. And I can have some fun using a team that, if I'm going into the top divisions and stuff, it's not going to work. I think I got a red card or something like that. And it's just the way that it is, really. When was the last time I played Champs? I've played the last few Champs. I play Champs extremely casually. I play it on a Monday evening most weeks. If I do play it, then it's mostly on a Monday evening, get through it in a couple of hours whilst watching some YouTube. And we'll get 9 or 10 wins, sometimes 11, whilst not really caring that much about how it goes. Because it's miserable. Actually caring about it and focusing on the gameplay is probably the worst thing you can do, because then you have to actually think about how bad it all is. Callum, that was dreadful. You like playing the game but only really against your friends? I mean, it's similar for me. So I'm going to do a video this weekend, I think, on this Rooney card. I'll probably enjoy that because it'll be a challenge video. We'll play a couple of games with him and we'll do we'll like build a team around him and stuff like that. That will be enjoyable. I may also do like a Market Mayhem with James. I might go on Wheel Builder Battle with Tom. I'll enjoy those. Whereas I will most likely play Champs this weekend or on Monday. I won't enjoy it, but I kind of have to do it in order to keep the account topped up to do other videos. So I get the enjoyment out of creating the content, but not out of like actually playing the game normally. So yeah, I do play Champs, but I don't take it properly seriously. As I say, the vast majority of time, I'm doing Champs on a Monday evening. A lot of the time, I will forget that I don't have the quali points, and so we'll then have to play a game of Rivals and then do our qualies. End it as soon as we get 2 wins, normally 2-0, and then we move on and do the rest. They make like 18 icon player picks to decide our FUT Champs team, etc. Yeah. Long time, haven't seen you stream. What's new with you? Good question. In how long? And then maybe I can answer it a little bit better. Have you hopped over to YouTube? Is this the same person? I assume so, right? I assume so. Maybe we do just try and get this 1 win, just so that I can do my Champs qualies. Because I got a few bits happening over the weekend. You suck at the game, but don't really put any effort into getting better. It's like after a day's work grind, some packs, maybe play some friends. That's it. I haven't ever played Champs yet. Honestly, I think that is the most enjoyable way to play this game. I think that's what I was going to say before. So I could get up to Elite Division, but I wouldn't enjoy it. And the reason why is because I can enjoy competition in games. Like back in Halo 3, playing in the MLG playlist, or even trying to get a 50 in Lone Wolves and stuff like that. I really, really enjoyed it because you had the differentiation between the ranked modes and the like social, casual modes. Oh, we're out of battery. But the reason why is because those games were really, really enjoyable at the highest level. And the talent that you would see in people at the highest level was really impressive. And it was more about individual talent rather than how much you could break the game or abuse a broken mechanic, right? Like, if you couldn't, on this game, score any kind of broken goal, and it was all down to who actually could, like, break people down with beautiful, intricate passing and stuff like that, little triangle passes between players, making runs and stuff like that. It would be so much more interesting to watch than someone banging in 4 Trailblazers from 30 yards because it's a broken mechanic. And so I think that getting good at a game like this isn't that enjoyable because the top level gameplay is too repetitive. It's the same players, it's the same play style, it's the same game mechanics being abused every single match in the exact same way. You could play 100 games and you might have 95 of them feel exactly the same in terms of how your opponent plays and how the match goes. That's a problem. And so I think this game at the top level is simply not enjoyable. And it's why I don't really play it off stream, is because, well, one, there's button delay. If there was no delay, I'd probably play it more off stream because I would maybe just chill and play with the Leicester team. And that would be enjoyable using our players. But the delay ruins that. But even outside of that, again, going into champs, I know I'm not going to enjoy it. Haven't watched a stream for the last half year. Might be even a bit more. So what's new with life? Me and the GF are currently saving up for a house deposit with the aim of hopefully moving around the end of the year. Been to a few gigs. Got a few more gigs coming up in the summer. The likes of Maiden, Iron Maiden, Oasis, Coldplay, Green Day. It's going to be good. Got a holiday to Florida coming up. That's going to be incredible. Trying to push out more stuff on the football channel. Some of that has done really, really well. So that's fantastic. Hopefully more can keep doing okay. We're trying to push the... trying to get that TikTok monetized still. But we still need like 5.6k more followers on there. It's such a high requirement. It's crazy. But maybe we can get there. And yeah, the footy channel as well. Enjoying it. Hopefully you're doing well. Still playing guitar. I'll be doing some Rocksmith on stream either over the weekend or next week. The thing is, you can be competitive against like Valve CS, but playing FIFA with friends generally one of the most fun things to do. I think that's the case, though, in most games. Playing with your mates is more enjoyable than playing like 1v1 in the majority of cases because it's a social experience and they are, a lot of the time, more enjoyable. So I think that's always going to be the case, really. Like, playing Warzone with my mates is more enjoyable than playing it myself, even though I enjoy Warzone a lot. I would rather play it with friends than alone. Because of the social aspect. Best ever gig you've been to, but it's not your favourite. It's the best experience. I don't really know what you mean, because surely your best experience would then also be your favourite gig, no? I mean, I've got multiple gigs and stuff that I've been to that I think would qualify as being up there. For different reasons. For example, going and seeing Metallica. Just unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. As was Eminem. As were Arctic Monkeys. As were a load of other bands that I've seen. It's hard to choose. Because it really depends on if you're basing it on certain things. Oh. For example, like, who put on the best show? Where you can say that, Iron Maiden put on an awesome show. Where they're having, like, laser fights with Eddie and stuff like that across the stage. Bruno Mars put on an incredible show. How's he missed? As did Justin Bieber. Like, who was the most vocally talented or something like that? Maybe Bruno. Are you joking? Oh, this game is horrific. I saw Eminem at Reading Festival. There were so many rumors about him potentially touring again after his latest album that just didn't happen, which is sad. Really want to see Green Day and Foo Fighters. I am seeing Green Day this summer for the first time because I feel like I need to see them live. They have so many bangers. I need to see them live. Like, in the last, 3 years, I've been to more gigs than the rest of my previous, 27 years. I have thoroughly enjoyed getting into going to a load of gigs. And seeing some big, incredible names. And again, that is just going to the next level this year. With now with Green Day being added to the list, Green Day, Oasis, and Coldplay, and Guns N' Roses. God, I forgot. In the space of 11 days, I'm going to see Iron Maiden, Guns N' Roses, and Green Day. That's pretty sick. I'm so sad that I'm on holiday when they're doing the Sabbath gig. Not necessarily because of wanting to see Sabbath. I mean, it'd be cool to be able to say that you have an Aussie. But more so for, the crazy supergroup that they're going to have there of, rotating people. That's going to be mad. Make you extremely envious. Well, as I say, before the last couple of years, I'd been to a few, but I hadn't been to loads of gigs. But I started getting into more rock and metal stuff, and rock and metal artists put on a pretty damn good show, so it makes me want to go and see more and more and more. And so it felt like this year, 2025, was just a year where I wanted to try and go to a good amount of gigs. And make this sort of like an event year. Ah, crap. So, that's what it has been. I've been to see Yumi at 6 twice. I've been to see Bowling for Soup. Crap. And then, like I say, I've got Iron Maiden, Oasis, Coldplay, Guns N' Roses, all to come. And I might actually be forgetting something, but I can't remember exactly what it is. I don't know if it's already happened or if it's upcoming. I can't remember. I can't even remember. There we go. When am I seeing Oasis? June? July? So we got Green Day in June, Maiden and Guns N' Roses in June. Oasis is July. End of July. And then September. First week of September is Coldplay. That's going to be incredible. I mean, all of them are. Let's be real. It's going to be a very, very fun year in that regard. I'm very much looking forward to it. It's gonna be good. What's your current main source of income to save up for the first house down payment? This. All of my content creation. So, live streams, videos, coin sponsor, any other sponsors that pop up. The football channel. My TikTok. Right? Hopefully going forward, maybe one or two other things as well. Like another TikTok account. I also do editing for Tom. So, all of those combined. However, we've got a call tomorrow with mortgage advisors. My girlfriend has a normal job, a non-content creator job. She has a salary. So, the question is, when it comes to mortgages, with me, if everything fell apart tomorrow, then maybe I'd earn £100 next month. Whereas if everything blew up, you could earn 10k. There's so much volatility when it comes to self-employed stuff, especially when it comes to content creation. So there is a world where in order to fully get a mortgage with no issues or something like that, that maybe I would have to take on a normal job, even if it were part-time, for an amount of time, so that you could guarantee that income so that they're happy with it, rather than being like, oh, well, what if you get no views on your next 1,000 videos? Well, that's not going to happen, but how can you prove it? Like, that's the problem. So, we'll see. I'm intrigued what is said tomorrow in that regard. And what might have to happen going forward. Because you never know, right? There could be a TikTok tomorrow that blows up, and then suddenly your videos get 3 times the views as a floor, a minimum. You have no idea. You obviously hope that what you do grows your channels, grows your platforms, like the football stuff, right? They The football TikTok account is slowly but surely growing. And the hope is to get it monetized whenever I can, as soon as possible. If you happen to know 5,600 people that would like to follow a football TikTok account, Go and search for Birdie94. Thank you. I would really appreciate it because I'd love to earn money for those TikToks. But the Football Channel has had some videos that have gained us subs and are gaining us views on these videos. We're earning some more money from it. So the hope is that you put the work in, you put the time in, upload, stream, etc., and you will see rewards from it. So the problem is, you say, yeah, they must get it all the time, though, with the amount of influencers. You assume so. However, the amount of people that will be in these jobs that are of older generations, that they just won't understand. Like, they might not know, they will have heard of TikTok, but they won't know what it is. They won't know how do you earn money from TikTok and X? They won't know these things, so you have to try and explain it. And that's why I think having a little bit of guaranteed stuff, for example, like editing work or something like that, can help you in that regard, because that is like a paid thing that you know. Like, I know every 4 weeks how much I'm earning from that, guaranteed. Whereas, I don't know, someone could gift me 1,000 subs on Twitch right now, and suddenly your books are looking very different because you've suddenly just made a couple of grand seemingly out of nowhere. It's hard. Not for Tom Lease, for Mr. Capgun Tom. What's your career high as a football fan? Yes, 2016. Of course. But then also, was it 2020 or 2021? Roma away in the Conference League semi-final. Because I don't think there will be a day in my life where I see Leicester, I get to go to a Leicester game where the atmosphere is as crazy as it was at Roma away. That feels like it might be a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Obviously, winning the Premier League is as well, but that was very different, and yeah. Won the FA Cup in 2021. That's also up there. Yeah, I'm trying to... because it was definitely... like, we were still having... I think when we travelled, we were still having to have some of, like, the COVID... You had to have different forms and stuff to go to different countries. Because I went to Napoli away, and the stadium had hardly anyone in it. But what was that? Napoli was the Europa League, and then we got knocked down to the Conference League? Was that the same season that we then got to the semis of it? I can't remember. I can't remember. But yeah, the FA Cup is also up there. Partially because I got to go, I say it every time, with my nan, who I think we've been in 5 FA Cup finals. We actually had this conversation the other day. She's been to 4 out of 5 of them. And I was there with her when we won it, with like 6,000 fans, because it was so COVID limited. I was so lucky to be able to go. But not just that, but to be able to go with a couple of my mates, my mum, my nan. My dad was there, but he was with work, so he wasn't sat with us. Like, crazy. Absolutely crazy. And to be right in line with that Tielemans shot. Wow. Callum, not very long. Not very long at all. What made you a Leicester fan in the first place? Everyone around me lives in Leicester and has supported Leicester for their whole lives. So it was natural. My dad took me to some games at Filbert Street, even when I didn't really care about football and I was playing Pokemon on my Game Boy instead of paying any attention to the game. And I guess over time, I started to care more. So, yeah. Callum, it was incredible. Incredible. But yeah, I do need to get some food. I probably have an edit to do for Tom. And I might start recording Rudiger video as well. I need to also tidy some stuff up and sort things ready for tomorrow. Yeah. Guess no stream this weekend. There might be. I'm not out anywhere near as much this weekend as I have been in previous ones. So there is a good chance that I will end up streaming. I don't know exactly what. It might be that I stream like some Warzone, some Rocksmith, some FIFA. Just a bit of everything. I don't know. I'm not going Brighton away. Hell no. So we'll see. There is a very, very good chance that I stream over this weekend, especially because I haven't streamed as much throughout the week. Got Van der Sar, Dream Chasers from the 90x5. That's pretty damn sick. Didn't really care for football till I started match 2016 when the Fox won the title. Fair enough. Yeah, I need to earn this. So maybe I'll like open this on stream and something like that. Maybe I'll like do the last few games or something like that. Maybe I'll try and get these outside the box goals on stream over the weekend. I'll do the squad battles or something off stream. And then we can open this together and stuff like that. So maybe that'll be the plan. And then maybe I'll play something else after we've done some FIFA stuff. Whether it is, Rocksmith, get the guitar back out, or hop back on Warzone or something like that. I don't exactly know. To be perfectly honest with you. But I think that is going to be that for the reasons I said. Also, my controller needs to charge. So, that needs to happen as well. So, I will say thank you very, very much for those of you that have tuned in today. I hope that you have a fantastic evening and a fantastic weekend. Thank you to Zeus for the membership, Tost for the resub, Chrissy for the super chat. All of you are incredible. Anyone that has liked, anyone that's subbed, anyone that's commented, or even if you've not done any of that and you've just tuned in and had a good time, I hope it's made your evening a little bit better. I really do appreciate every single one of you. We will be live at some point over this weekend, and hopefully I'll see you for some of that. And I also have the plan for the Rooney video. So you'll see that at some point over the weekend as well. Maybe it'll go up on Sunday. We'll see. Enjoy the rest of your night, everybody. Enjoy the golf. And I will see you guys again very, very soon. Good night. Goodbye.